Okay, so yesterday I went out to take photos, right? And uh, I I park on the street of this residential neighborhood, and uh, it's weird because as soon as I parked and got out of my car, there was this guy who just came into his car as soon as I got out, and I just thought that was a little weird, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna file that into the back of my head. And I see this guy, uh, I think a different guy, knocking on a house, and no one's answering. So I take a photo of that because I think that's, I don't know. I just take photos of whatever. I circle around and I take a bunch of photos, and as soon as I get back into my car, I see someone get out of his car. And I thought, and I think that was the same guy I saw earlier. And something in my brain just told me, you cannot put the key in your ignition. And so I step out of my car, I get a safe distance away from my car, and I get my phone out and pull up Google and I type in how to tell if your car is rigged. And I'm like researching car bombings for like a good 20 minutes, just like extremely paranoid because in my head I was like, these guys were like suspicious, and I took a photo of one of them, and the guy just like left his car as soon as I got in, probably to like find a safe haven or something. And I knew there was nothing was gonna happen. There was no reason to. I'm not in a position of power. I'm not an activist or anything. I'm like, there's no, and they don't know who I am. But what if there's like that 0.001% chance? So I see someone taking out his trash, and I walk up to him and ask him like, "Hey, did you, like see anything suspicious going on?" And he says, and I look like a crazy person because he's like, "What do you think he's doing to you?" I'm like, I think maybe he did something that would make my safety not as safe. And he just told me that the neighbor has a security camera, he could check with them. And I was just so embarrassed and scared, and I just said, okay, thank you. And I go to the neighbor's house with the security camera, and I ring the doorbell twice, and I wait there for like 5 minutes, and as I'm waiting, the same guy who got out of his car suspiciously walks out with a bunch of kids, and I just like kind of threw my hands up in the air, and I was like, okay, like there's no way, and at this point, like the kids are too close to my car that if it were to be bombed, it would be really dangerous. So, and that's what's going on in my head, and I just get into my car and I drive away.